Hi everybody, so I'm back today with another video, and today I'm going to make, you can kind of call it raw vegan bread, but it's just, yeah, I suppose it is really. It's a play on a bit of bread so I can make a sandwich. So I'm literally just going to throw some ingredients together, and you know, it can turn into a cracker if you leave it to dehydrate for longer, but I'm going to keep it more on the softer side so I can have it as more a bread-like texture consistency. So what you're going to need today, I've got a bunch of carrots. I've got like 4-5 carrots here, and I've got some courgette or zucchini, as you say in America, and I've got some red onion. Got a little bit of small one here, so a little extra one there. And first of all, I'm gonna chop these, and these are great for, like, I really do miss like having like a sandwich. I miss bread. Like, that is the one thing that I do actually, and I think it's not the actual bread I miss, it's the whole thing of picking up the bread and having a sandwich, and that's why I like to create a lot of raw food recipes that is using your hands. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the Asian in me and eating curries with like chapatis, but I love using my hands to eat instead of a knife and fork. So I like to create dishes more so that I can pick up and use my hands. So with this, I'm just gonna put in some red onion, and I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to pulse that until it's more of like a mince texture, and then I'll grate the rest. So I'll get the lid for that, and then I'll pulse that. And so if you can hear background noise, I've got my distiller on, and I've got the dehydrator on as well, so if there's a little bit of a humming noise, that's what it is. So that's just going to go in, and I'm just going to pulse that. Okay, so these have been chopped, and they're a bit more finely chopped now. So you want to have a little bit, you don't want them too kind of like minced up puree, because you want to have the texture there. So now I'm just going to take this blade out and use the grating side, and I'm literally just going to basically get all of these grated in there. Okay, we'll do that next. Okay, so this is all being grated. Just gonna take that out. And then we'll literally just pour it all in this one bowl here. And then you can add in all of your herbs and spices. And then you should have a good bit of yield there. And you can actually use, you don't have to use these particular vegetables. You can add cabbage if you want. You can add less carrot. You could add more courgette or zucchini, or, you know, whatever works for you. Whatever, you might not want the red onion, because I know some people don't do well with red onion. I don't have too much red onion. I do love it, but I tend to not have it a lot, but it goes really well in this recipe. So yeah, take what you want out and add what else you want in. And then I've got about 25 grams of flax seeds here. I've ground that up, so it's 25 grams of ground flaxseed. So I'm just gonna pour that in, and I've got some mixed herbs, so use whatever herbs that you want. So I'm just going to mix that in there, and I've got here some paprika. So I don't tend to measure, I just kind of do things by eye really. So, and then I've got some pink Himalayan salt here, so I'm just going to do two small pinches of that. And then I'll add some pepper, and you can add what, this is the beauty of like with the being raw, I find, is You can just replace something with something else and it'll all taste good, in my opinion. So I like a good bit of pepper. Now I have got some psyllium husk here, and this is really, really good for like getting things moving because within your bowels, because it's very fibrous. So I do like to use it because it's good like gelling agent. It like combines well. So I'm just doing 1 scoop in there, and that's it. So now it's time to get your hands in and combine all of that, and then I'll get it on a dehydrator sheet. So you can use a spoon if you want, but I think it's just easier to get your hands in. So I'm literally just going to mix all of this up. And if you feel that it's not combining very well, you could always add more ground flax seeds. And if you don't have psyllium husk either, don't worry, just it's an extra thing I like to add in. You can always add that extra bit of flax, and even if you don't have flax seeds, you could use chia seeds. That works as well. Okay, so this is all combined now, and you can see the water's there, so it's all like the moisture's starting to come out because you've got the salt. And it's all combining quite well. So now I'm just going to get this on a dehydrator sheet, and then it goes in the dehydrator. So I'll just get that now. Okay, so just get all of this on this dehydrator sheet and really start to just really spread it out. Now don't want it too thin when you spread it out. You want, because obviously when it dehydrates, you don't want it to like be really crispy. You want that softness with like the bread-like texture. So just gonna flat it down with my hands, and then just make it into like a square. And then once you've flattened that out, and I've got an offset spatula here where I can just flatten that down even more, make sure that it's all even. And I think once this has been in the this will be good in the dehydrator for about maybe about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. It depends how thick you do it, really. So this is looking good. I'm just gonna spread that. Make sure it's even, because if it's, the more even it is, the better it's gonna dehydrate evenly, basically. So, and then just get the sides. Make sure it's all tucked in so the edges don't get too crispy and it's all same size. And take your time on this bit, don't rush it, because this bit is the key bit in making sure it's all even, it's all spread out the right way, it's not too thick. It's quite therapeutic doing this, actually. I do enjoy it. So you can see if you go too quick, it can like break. So you want to make sure that it is compact as well, so there's no breakages when you dehydrate it, and there's no like gaping holes in any area. So I think I need to push more over to the right corner, and then we are good. Okay, this looks good to me. So this looks like an even square. And then, so there we go. So there it is. Now I'm literally just going to put it in the dehydrator. And then I will check it in 3 hours just to see the firmness. And I'll flip it and then dehydrate it on the other side. So I'll show you that step when I come to it. But yeah, see you in the next part. Okay, so this is the dehydrated bread, you could call it. Yeah, I call it bread. And it's like soft in the middle. It's all good now. For me, it feels ready to, yeah, flip it. So I'm going to flip it, and you're just going to be gentle because the sides are quite crispy. So, and it is soft in the middle, but you do want to be gentle when you want to peel it back, and yeah, flip it gently. So how I'm going to do it, I'm going to get another dehydrated sheet, and I'm going to put that on, and then I'm going to flip it and then peel it back gently. It's not quite easy when you've got one hand, so I'm just going to get my offset spatula, and I'm going to scrape the sides as well, so any like yeah, the residue, if you will, goes onto this Tex-Flex sheet, whatever you want to call it. I can just scrape it off, so I'm going to pull that back gently and then get it back in. Okay, so I've peeled that back, and you can see that's all moist, so that'll go in for another 3 hours, and then I'll just see how it is, and then yeah, I'll cut it up into like sandwich sized pieces. Okay, so here's yeah, the bread now. It's quite soft, it's quite crispy on the outside, so I don't want it to be that crispy all the way through, but yeah, it's soft, it's flexible, you can see it feels like it'll be the nice texture for bread, but it's a little bit when I flipped it, because both sides are done, but when I flipped it, the middle is a little bit moist, so just so it doesn't, because obviously when you leave it for a while, just the air as well will naturally start to rehydrate it. This is why I'm not too bothered about the edges being a bit crispy, because it will rehydrate as the day goes on, because I'm going to have this evening. So I'm going to just do the middle bit for maybe another half an hour. Then once it's out, I'm just going to cut it into squares, and that'll be ready for me to have my sandwiches later. So I'm really excited to share that process with you as well. Hi everybody, so this is the final version of my raw vegan bread. So and it feels quite warm because it's just come out of the dehydrator, so you can see it's a bit pliable as well, and I'm literally just gonna slice it into yeah, bread like squares, so I can basically enjoy a sandwich. So I'm literally just going to cut it up. So I'm just going to cut it into halves, and then I'm going to cut it lengthways. I haven't got my normal setup actually, because I'm popping out, but I just wanted to quickly show you this. And you know it's quite firm. It's like, and it's not easily going to just fly away unless you really pull it apart. So I'll just do squares, 4 squares like that. I mean, that one's a bit bigger, but it doesn't matter. But then I'm going to do it again, because that'll be a huge sandwich. But then I'm going to do it again on this bit, so it'll be like rectangle sandwiches. And then again here, I want to make the most of this bread and get as many little sandwiches as I can, even if they are going to be small. So so there you have it, my raw vegan bread, and I will be making a beautiful sandwich or 2 or 3 out of this later with my salad bowl, and I'm so excited to show you what it's like when I put it all together. So yeah, really straightforward, and you don't need to go and buy the bread in the shops. You can and you can probably put this in the oven as well, but I mean, that is just so soft. See the texture, I mean, oh, don't want to roll it too much, but it's really a really soft texture, and it's going to be so tasty. So there you go. That's my bread, and yeah, hope you feel inspired to make your own. Let me know in the comments if you found this useful, and please subscribe. Thank you.